Howdy folks, it's Alterl here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're going to take a deep dive into the Grumman by Big Radials. If I call it Grumman, people tell me it's Grumman. If I tell the Grumman, people tell me it's Grumman. It probably is Grumman though, that would make more sense. But anyway, those of you who fans of the channel already know this, but those of you who are new here, Big Radials gifted me their hangar of aircraft, their entire hangar at the time, as a thank you for everything I've done for Flight Sim community. Over the many years I've been doing this, I have done a lot more than my subscriber count implies, just because I've done a lot outside of YouTube with forums and things, Discord from Flight Sim and all that stuff. So I've done a lot more than my numbers represent. So as a thank you, they gifted me their aircraft. They're one of my original subscribers, one of my original viewers on my very first videos nearly a decade ago now, I think. So I've been flying their planes a little bit. I did first look videos when I got the aircraft a long time ago, not a long time ago, a couple months ago, and I haven't had time to dig into their aircraft until now. So the last video, if you missed it, it was a deeper dive into the Norseman, and now we're doing a deeper dive into the Grumman, and I'm very excited. I have had time to practice off camera. I've come up with my own checklists based on how I use the sim. So I took their documentation online and then created my own checklist from it, so you could follow along and take notes if you want to, or just watch and enjoy, whatever you want to do. So let's hop back down here and look at the aircraft from the outside, which we did more of in the first look video, but very beautiful aircraft. It looks better than the cartoonish default aircraft. Quality of these aircraft are pretty high. In my opinion, in X-Plane I had hundreds of third-party aircraft, everything from novelty aircraft to study level aircraft, and this, you know, fits in the middle, high middle, so it's not like a complicated, you know, 747 study aircraft, but it's not a novelty either. It's like, you know, way above novelty. It's at least upper mid-range, of course, and again, it's whatever you decide to use it, however you decide to use it in the sim, as seriously as you like, whatever. And there is a skis version of this as well, but this is just the regular water and or land. I'm trying to think of another way to say land. Anyway, whatever. I'm using the US Navy. Why? Because we're in Duluth, Minnesota. We're going to fly east over some Great Lakes until I decide to land in water. I plan on landing in water. So there you go. Alrighty, clumsy introduction, whatever. So things you can do before you even start flying, which I would do before I start a video normally, but I want to show you, is you can open up your doors. Yes, there it is. You can open up that door too. That's just a cargo area. Is there anything back here? Like, how deep does this go? Oh, there's a toilet. That's amazing. I didn't realize there's a toilet. I think that's a toilet. Maybe not. I think it is. That door opens. This door, I can open this door too. That door opens. Secret stuff between the seats. Good to know. They call it the read the damn manual section. You wouldn't know this is here unless you read the manual or watched the turtle video. Boarding ladder can come out. If we were in the water, wheel helps can come on, and we can do leather. If we were in the water, we could do anchor, of course. Water helper helps you turn. Fishing stool, I can't get this to turn on when I'm in the water, so I don't know if it's a bug, a feature, or I'm just dumb. I can't get this to work, but it won't work now unless we're in the tower in the water when we land. Boarding ladder, though, that's literally, whoa, keys, please. Did I break my yoke controls? There we go, I hit C apparently. Boarding ladder, literally a ladder. Leather yoke, see, otherwise it's just normal. Normal leather. I like the leather. This is stuff I would normally do before I start a video. So show the yokes, turn them leather, boarding ladder, wheel hubs. See the hub there? If we turn that off, there you go. I like them on. Again, water helper, anchor, and fishing stool do not apply because we're not in water. Alrighty, what is next? We're gonna actually fly now. So parking brake set is just a thing that holds the pedals down. There we go. Make sure the controls all work, and they do. I already go over this before I start a video normally. Fuel and passengers, not worry about that today. But again, it's same as any other airplane. Ladder, water options. So we're gonna. Oh, this is where you would like bring in the anchor, turn on the water helper, bring in the stool. We're gonna bring in the boarding ladder, of course, and we're gonna come back here. I wish I had a different way to do this, but I'm out of presets. You can go here to close the door. Took me a while to see that. And then there's this, and then we can close this door as well. Pretty simple. Oh, there's another door up here. Nose cargo. Can't forget about that. Nose cargo. If there's another, oh yeah, there's this too. Forgot about that. Can you get that inside? Yeah, you can if this is in the way. There you go. So you have all these things you can open and close. Super fun. Can we go up? Yep, we can. Close it like that. Uh-oh, now we're screwed. Hop back inside. There we go. All these little fun things you can do. There you go. Alrighty, cool. Let's see here, but now we're gonna actually start this thing up. So battery and generators, which, why am I drawing a blank of where this is? And we just practice this thing back here. Jeez, batteries are here. Come on. Generators. Come on. There we go. Carb cold, which it should already be. Where are you in this one? Up here. Jeez. Carb cold. There we go. Fuel tank both. That's where you come back here again, and you go to both, which, whoa, dude, up. There we go. Engine valves open or on. This you can't do anything. Even though it says to open it or close it, it's always closed. Let's see. Fuel tank both. Fuel cutoff on. That's what this was. Cross feed close always is. Wobble pump one time. What you're looking for is 4 psi, and it goes to 6. So you have no control over that. Ignition on. This is hard to get to. Let's see, zoom in. Put them to both. There you go. Both to both. Now this you have to pay attention to, just like in the Norseman. You have to do it the right way. So mixture goes to auto rich, which is not all the way forward. It's AR for auto rich. AL meaning auto lean. There's auto rich there. You hold the left starter, and as you do, you pump the throttle to prime it. The manual says to pump it and then do the starter, but I couldn't get it to work that way. I had to pump it as I'm starting it. That's the only way I could get it to work. And then to do the other one, you just hold it down. It'll catch eventually here. I won't edit this out because I want you to see how long it takes. But it will catch. There you go. Alrighty. So if you can pump it and then hold the starter, good. But I can only hold the starter while I pumped it. Was the only way I could get it to work. So there you go. And make sure it's auto rich and not auto lean without moving my camera around. There we go. So once you figure that out, it's easy to start. But until you figure that out, it feels like a pain in the butt to start. Otherwise, we keep going here with our startup. I'm going to see if there's anything I can show you. These lights are already on. Anything up here? No, just all your engine stuff. We'll talk about that as we go. Over here. Oh yeah, the lights are nice. I'll show you the lights. There's instrument lights, panel lights. Radio. I don't think it does anything. Nope, it doesn't do anything. Receptacle. I never really looked for that, but anyway, there you go. So can we see from here? Yes. So receptacle. Maybe that's down below. I don't see anything for that. I don't know what that is. If it's modeling, it does something. I never found it. If you know the airplane, please put in the comments what this does, because I never found it. Instruments, obviously, are instruments. See how they're getting lighter and darker. And then panel, I want to try to show you at the same time. The middle, right? That would make sense too, right? So there you go. Cool. Alrighty. Otherwise, you have more lights down here, which we'll get to. Oh yeah, like landing lights, POE's already on. For some reason, when you start the aircraft, whatever. Flaps are up here. Carb heat, if you need to use, is right there. Otherwise, anything else, fuel stuff is back there. We talked about that. View up the windows, talk about all the doors that open. So we talked about all that cool little stuff that you don't need to fly, but it's more immersion, I guess, right? Not going to worry about an ATIS. I'm just going to for the barometer. And there we go. Change a little bit. Just a little bit. Alrighty, cool. Flight plan, just for this demonstration, we're going to head out to the east and fly over some Great Lakes until I get bored. I don't think there's a tower. No, there isn't. There's not in real life either. Announce takeoff to the east.
Kilo Delta Yankee Tango, traffic turtle soup, Tango Tango, Tango, 4-1 taking off runway, tree 2 east departure.
Alrighty, there are no taxi lights in this that I know of. It's just the landing lights and pitot heat. So, there you go. Flaps. Do we use flaps in this? Yeah, we do. So, we'll worry about that in the runway. So, we're going to taxi. So, we already told them we're taxiing. Take the parking brake off. Props forward enough so that it'll actually go. Because otherwise it's like stuck in a low gear in a car. You're not going to go very far. Come on. So, simple taxi. Takes a little bit to get it going. There we go. And the differential braking gonna work in this one? Oh, it does. Nice. Cool. Alrighty. Duluth, Minnesota. We've been here many times in the sim. In fact, I'm thinking about coming back here soon to do a tour of where I went to college, just because I want to see how it's modeled in the sim. Just like the Norseman, this one has beautiful, beautiful sounds. This is also a Teldrager, by the way. So, they just happen to both be Teldragers that I've been flying. Secret Service is here again. Not sure what they're doing over there. I've been to this airport in real life many times. I've flown out of it on floats. Pretty cool. People wave at you on the beaches. Kind of funny to say northern Minnesota, Great Lakes, and there are beaches. But there are. They dug up. What you see to our right was all dug out for ships. It was not naturally like this. We're on a big point or peninsula. I do have road weather turned on. Maybe it's kind of windy. I did try a flight here for practice the other day, and it was so windy you could not take off. It was so bad. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. Do we have a MEDAR for this? Let's see. And like usual, my date and time are so wrong. Duluth will have one. Where's Duluth? Where's Duluth? 10 knots only. Well, that's the top of the hill. The bottom of the hill on the lake and the top of the hill have different weather systems. So we'll see if we can even take off in this. Like I said, I did a practice flight here for something else off camera the other day, and it was so windy that I couldn't take off. I rolled over a Cessna. It was so bad. So we'll see. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, you can't see it now, but back there for the water dock, there's a ramp, so you can taxi up to the land and keep going. It's kind of cool. Anywho, let's see. Anything else to talk about while we're getting ready to depart here? Well, so far I've talked about everything I want to talk about. The manual for this one seems to be way better than the manual for the Norseman. The Norseman has a lot of typos and a lot of things that are talked about in the manual that don't exist in the aircraft for some reason. Kind of like they updated the aircraft but didn't update the manual or something. This manual seems to match the aircraft pretty well. Didn't have any issues coming up on my checklist. Didn't have any issues looking around the aircraft or anything like that. So that's good. Let's see here. I guess while we're taxiing, we can come down here, whoops, and turn on pitot heat, landing lights, position lights. The nav lights over here are already on, like I said. And let's get flaps down 1. Come back out so you can see what we're doing. And then we'll... Actually, those are the recog lights and nav lights. Recognition recognition lights. Oh dear. That was scary. Do I have to announce takeoff? No, I already did. I should have announced taxi first. Oh, they do have an ATIS. I could have listened to the ATIS. Let's listen to the ATIS. What is the weather? Yeah, 16. Look at, I can't even turn. Look at, the wind is so bad I can't even turn. I would imagine you could operate this in 16 knot winds in real life, but it's not working in the sim. So let's, can I kill wind? Can I delete? Yeah, delete wind. And, oh, got rid of everything? Oh man, it was so pretty. Whoa, let's just use that. Where are they at? What? That's really low. Oh, let's just play with this a little bit here so we have something to work with. Jeez. At least I can probably taxi and turn now. Come on. You gonna go for it here? Yeah, now it's working. Okay. Whew. Because yeah, I couldn't even turn before, so let's use your differential braking. Beautiful. Much better. Okay. Like I said, in real life, I'm sure you can operate in 16 knot winds, but it was not having it in the sim. So there you go. X-Plane did that too. A little bit of wind felt like a hurricane. Alrighty, let's stop a second. Let's hop inside and double check everything. All the lights are on, lights are on, lights are on. These are on. Flap down, yes, tail wheel locked. There we go. Come on. There we go, tail wheel locked. Mixture, auto rich. And I pushed it a little far. There we go. Props forward, yes, no time on the clock. Is there a clock in this one? Right there in the middle. And takeoff. Rotate at 65 to 75 knots, which is your white hash mark right there. That's also your landing speed. So that little white mark, that is takeoff and landing. We will hold the brake while we spool forward. Just because I want to ramp this up. And away we go. And maybe I'll turn real world weather back on after we take off here. In fact, I think I will. Nose up easily, and oh, do not need much runway in this one. That's very cool. And there's 65, 70 pop up. There you go. Step on the brakes to stop the wheels. Gear coming up. And flaps coming up. And if you wonder where the gear and things are, it's right here. This spins around. That's what that cranking was that you heard. You can do it manually too if you want to. But anywho, can we turn roll weather back on, do you think? Well, let me do that. This is not the date and time, by the way. It doesn't. There we go, live weather. There we go. Sweet. Much better. Oh, wow, the wind went, okay, the wind went crazy. B for barometer, look at that thing change. Alrighty, Duluth is in front of us, but that's west. We're going to turn around and go over the lakes. We'll see a little bit of Lake Superior, then we'll head over Wisconsin and Michigan, and we'll see Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, maybe if we get that far. We might not even get that far. I can't promise you Great Lakes if I'm not going to go that far. OAT, it's probably, well, yeah, it's definitely below 0 Celsius right now, because, yep, icing. So, what do we have for anti-icing? Well, we can turn the carb heat to hot. That'll help. Pitot heat's already on. What do we got for temperatures up here? Actually, we did not need the carb heat, because now we're in the red. So let's turn that down. There we go. So, just like the other aircraft, oil temperature is really hot. Carb is above freezing. Oh, wait, that one is getting kind of cold. First of all, let's see what we're doing here. And then we will crank these up. One was, there we go. Now we don't need that much. Let's turn that up a little bit. Again, that's Celsius. There we go. So that's like your anti-icing kind of. There you go. Awesome. We just have icing on the windows because I can't help it. Alrighty, let's not get too high. We'll miss everything we're trying to see. So let's just cruise now. So, cruise checklist. Monitor things and gyro pilot. We will talk about the gyro pilot. I forgot to mention that in the introduction. I'm just so busy looking around. There's Superior, Wisconsin. When I know the area, it's easy to get distracted because I know the area. Too bad the weather is so crappy, but this is Minnesota right now, especially northern Minnesota. This is 2.5 hours from the Canadian border, which is pretty far north. As beautiful as this is, though, whoa, what the heck is that? As beautiful as this is, I might have to kill the weather just so we can see what we're doing. Just taking some selfies here. Anyway, let's talk about gyro pilot first, and then we will change weather maybe. So barometer, and sorry, just making sure we're steady. Okay, so gyro pilot. What is gyro pilot? It's like the beginning to autopilot before those autopilot. So here we go. We're gonna turn it on, and our heading right now is the top 120 degrees. So let's make this say 120 degrees. Actually, let's not. Let's make it say 110 degrees. Turn on heading hold. It's going to turn us to whatever the bottom one is. Alrighty. So it's going to turn us to 110, and it already did. Alrighty, let's say you want to climb, right? Because right now we're pretty much level. You go elevator up, and it's going to make your elevator climb. So you just adjust this until you're climbing whatever you want to climb. When you're at your desired elevation or altitude, then you just draw this back so that you're level, and that's it. There's your gyro pilot. That's it. I've seen tutorials on YouTube that last an hour about this stupid thing. That's all there is. That's it. And this is your attitude indicator, basically. So we're level because we're lined up with our desired heading. If we go to 90, you'll see this turn. Let me move over to make sure we're actually directly on 90. Boom, you'll see that turn, right? Gonna bring us to 90. We're still climbing. What are we at? We are at 5,300. Let's say we want to be at 5,500. So what we'll do is we'll start drawing this back a little bit, right, as we get closer. I'm over on the right side of my screen if you can't see. I'm going to make this say 0 at 5,500. And that's how you do it. So you don't set your heading ahead of time. You don't set your altitude ahead of time. You just heading hold to change your heading. And you just go like that. There you go. That's all you need. And now we're at 0 at 5,500 almost. Oh, no, I went a little bit too much below. There we go. Anyway, there you go. Boom. These don't do anything down here. Well, let me move over. These don't do anything. Oh, yeah, I actually closed the. Okay, so what he did is these don't do anything. It's just the click spot for the door is underneath. Those don't do anything. This you can calibrate things. I actually forgot. Well, that's aileron, yeah. So there you go. That'll turn you if you need to a little bit. Ailerons, you know, your wings. Elevator. Rudder. Don't need to worry about the rudder, right? Unless we're not stepping on the ball, which we're on the ball. So don't need to worry about rudder. Don't need to worry about ailerons. Elevator we just messed with. And I gotta come down here and fix my door. There you go. Otherwise, what do we have down here? Well, we have a GPS if you get lost, right? And there you go. Pretty simple GPS. It does stuff though. And that's it. So cruise, you just monitor stuff like I said. How is our carb heat doing? Carb is good. Bring it up a little bit if you want to. Everything else is good. OAT, negative 20 Celsius. That's correct. Yeah. There you go. And we're in the clouds. It's so easy, but it's not boring. It's super fun. Super duper fun. Of course you can tune in radios and things there. Everything's pretty straightforward. I don't think I have anything else I need to say. Ooh. We do have some opening in the clouds there though. Cool. So after you fly a little bit here, we will do an approach and a landing. Just trying to decide how far we want to fly. Let me see. What do we want to do? I'm just seeing if there's anything else to talk about. I mean, I don't want to overthink this aircraft. Well, we're starting to get a little lower. See how it's a little below 0? Just a little. So let's climb a little bit. There we go. There we go. Let's bring it back up to 5,500. And welcome to Wisconsin. Let's hop outside. Oh my. Do you have a fire, or is that just because it's so dang cold? Am I on fire? Did I do something wrong? Or is that just from the weather? What if I bring these down? What happens? I mean, that gets pretty darn cold, right? Yeah, that's below 0, so we don't want to go below 0. We'll end up with icing. Let's bring these up once. Let's see what happens. See, now it's a different color. So now they're like on fire. So let's come down here. I haven't played with this before, to be honest. So when we were doing a deep dive, I didn't say expert dive, I said deep dive. Let's bring this down a little bit, see what happens. I have failures turned off, but it doesn't mean... Oh, now we got one of each. Maybe I started my engines on fire, I just don't know it. Let me see. Let's play with this while we go across Wisconsin. Cylinder head temps, pretty high, but not too high. Bring that back down. Oil temperature is fine. Everything else is fine, and we're still running. I mean, both our engines are moving, see? Manifold is in the red. Let's bring that back. RPMs are okay. Maybe I started them on fire. Let me check something. I don't see a failures thing in this sim. Like in X-Plane, you can go to failures and reset everything. If you fail stuff, break stuff, I don't see that in this sim, so we're just gonna go with it. I probably started them on fire because my manifold was in the red for like 10 minutes. But, oh well, whatever. Forgive me. I don't fly with failures on anyway, so I would never know if we were having a failure. But yeah, that definitely is bad. I definitely blew up the engine, so they do fail, which is a good thing to know, right? Because if I don't screw up, we never know that things like this are an option. So if I had failures turned on, I assume you'd be crashing right now. So ignore that. That didn't happen. Where are we? We're over Mill, Wisconsin or something probably. Yep. We're about to reach Michigan. So what we'll do is, my original plan was just to let this sit for a couple hours because I'm trying to hit my 500 hours also. But in real life, I have to be somewhere in 45 minutes, so I don't have time to let this sit for like an hour or two. So we're not going to see any other Great Lakes, but that's okay. That's okay. We've toured the Great Lakes in the past. So what we'll do, we'll fly here from Wisconsin into Michigan, and we'll land here in the water somewhere by the Apostle Islands. I have I have sailed the Apostle Islands. So amazing. Oh my gosh. You can Google it there if you want to, but it's calm until you come around the corner. Yeah, awesome. Friends of my wife academic friends of my wife who were much older than we were, had a huge sailboat. Huge meaning required minimum 2 people to fly. To sail. We went on the sailboat. It was awesome. We slept on the sailboat. It was awesome. We didn't know we were sleeping on the sailboat, so that was a fun surprise. And yeah, I could go on and on about it, but it was really cool. We sailed around all the islands back when GPS was a newer thing, so the guy printed out a GPS path that we took. That was super cool. I love the heeling when the boat tips to go straight. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like, just naturally tips because of the wind. They had to tether their dog or else they'd try to jump in the water because of the heeling. Can't remember what it is, to be honest. I think it's heeling, and the keel is the thing under the boat that keeps it from tipping over. Heeling is when you tip, when you sail. Anyway, it was amazing. But back to this. So we started here in Duluth, KDYT, and we're flying over here. Like I said, my original plan was to fly all the way over here with gyro pilot, but I just don't have time. I apologize. Otherwise, Bayfield, Wisconsin is up here. Super popular place. Small town, northern, upper Midwest. Their accents aren't that strong here, but anyway. If you have a chance, great place to visit. Especially Madeline Island. Super famous. Madeline Island is right here. That's super famous. Anywho, we're going to keep flying along a little bit until we get towards the water, and then we'll land in the water. Are we really 5,000 feet? I mean, take away 1,000 for ground level. Is this really 4,500 feet above sea level? I guess it is. Anywho, we're holding speed. We started on fire, but we're going to ignore that. And gyro pilot is doing a job. Super straightforward. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can talk about with this aircraft during our deep dive. I don't think so. I think we talked about everything we could talk about. It's not complicated. I just hadn't had time to do a deep dive. Ooh, fire extinguisher. If I do this, I have a feeling our airplane is going to crash. So maybe what I'll do is when we get over the water, that's what we'll do. When we get over the water, we'll... Oh, this is a beautiful shot. Too bad they're on fire. We'll get over the water, we'll extinguish the fires. If that kills the engines, then we'll coast to a landing. If it doesn't kill the engines, we'll just fly without a fire. So anyway, there you go. Like I said, this is not an expert dive, it's just a deep dive. So I blew something up. Anyway, how are we with the weather here? We're pretty good. Just dirt, no icing. And we'll rely on the GPS to tell us when we're over water. And we'll try to extinguish the fires and we'll land in the bay here. And we're almost there. This is Ashland, Wisconsin, by the way. Ashland, Wisconsin is pretty known. I think it's on a map for most people. That's where we're actually headed in the Chippewa Bay, or however you say that, Chippewa. Haven't looked at the name in a while, but something like that. So we're about there. We're flying pretty well. No pun intended. And about to hit the water. So let's do the fire extinguishers and see what happens. Does that help? Does it kill my engines? What does it do? Does it do anything? It's not doing anything. Maybe I don't know how to use them. And we still have fires. Right, left motor. To operate, set valve and pull handle. The handle doesn't pull. I'm setting the valve, I'm pulling the handle, nothing is happening. Okay, so that's a bummer. So it's kind of modeled, but it isn't modeled. Well, that's a huge bummer. I was actually hoping that would work, and then we would have a cool little thing that we discovered. But no, well, there's your shoreline. There's Ashland, Wisconsin. Okay, well, that's a huge bummer. Well, we're going to land in the water anyway in Ashland. So let's bring everything back. Approach. Landing lights on already. Our flaps down too early. Gear down, no, because we're landing in the water. Approach speed 80 to 100. Landing speed 60 to 75. And there you go. And then we'll turn on water rudder. Not water rudder. We'll turn on helpers and stuff. So we're at what? 5,000 feet coming down through the clouds. Very dangerous what we're doing right now. Can't see anything because we're in the clouds, but I know we're over water. What does GPR, what does our map say? Our map says we're not over water anymore. So let's fix that. So what am I looking at? Oh, I know why. Because we have gyro pilot on. Thank you. Let's turn that off. Oh my word. There's our attitude right there. So we're at, there's a 2, so we're climbing. What? What happened? Oh. What happened? Why do we have that weird sound? Anyway, we're at 4,000 feet. Let's turn, please. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was weird. It was stuck. Did you see that jerk to the right? Interesting. We are at 4,300. Looking at the gauges. 4,300. Turn, turn, turn. And we're facing little northwest in the snow. Not sure why we're getting stress sounds on the engine or on the airplane. How are we doing here for land? Yeah, let's turn back now. Oh, whoops, I looked at the wrong compass. We are at, we're west. Why when I turn are we getting stress? Do you hear that? Is it icing? It could be icing. Because look, we're getting all this stress sounds. I mean, it sounds like stall. That's what happens when it stalls. I guess I'm stalling. Those are stall sounds. Now I recognize them. See if they stopped when they gave us some throttle. Alright, let's turn back to about 36 degrees, 360 degrees. Come on, turn. Turn. First set of flaps down. Keep turning. Oh my word, this weather is nuts. I'm using this as my attitude. Using my compass here. Look at that, we're barely turning. Barely turning, even though we're banked really steeply. Holy guacamole, we're staying a little above level, which is fine. Okay, there we go. Whoa! See, now it's going to keep going even more. I think we're, I think it's because of the weather. It's not being very polite to us right now. There you go, we can come down now. Alright, so first set of flaps, second flaps. Throttles back, we'll descend. I can't see anything. I just know there's water below us. So we're going to land just outside of Ashland. Quite a ways away, actually, by the time we touch down, which is fine. As we'll land in the water. Full flap. We're going to hit stall sounds in a second here because look how slow we're going. We want to approach that 80 to 100. Yeah, I think that's our stall light right there. I think. Is that just low pressure light? Oh, that might be low pressure, or that might be gear light. I got to look that one up. I can't remember if that's stall gear, low fuel pressure, low engine pressure. There's the water. You see the waves. We should have plenty of space to turn around. We're at 3,000 feet, I believe. Ground level is like, what is it here? 600, 800, can't remember. So there's Ashland. There's the shore. Let's get a little closer to shore. And where are we at? 2,200. Let's straighten out a little bit. Because if we start turning towards shore, we're going to hit shore. There we go. This is going to work out beautifully. So flaps all the way down now. Again, approaching 80 to 100. We're going to land about 75 or a little less. Water landings are a little different than... oh, look at that crosswind. Oh my word. Oh my goodness. Look at this crosswind. Do you see this? We're going sideways. So if we were smart, we would land not crosswind in the water. So this is going to be a bummer. Oh. Oh my word. Well, we did it. I don't think this would work in real life. I think we would have crashed, to be honest. Flaps coming in because we should have landed so that we had no crosswind. Oh my word. Let's come down here to water helper. Without water helper, you can barely turn. So there you go. Whoa. Let's get moving here. A little closer to shore. Cool. Let's hop outside and see what you look like. Yeah, we're totally fine. So the fire extinguishers didn't work. Huge bummer. I love that wake it creates. So it would have been a fun little thing to discover if the fire extinguishers worked, but they don't. Oh well. Otherwise, what else is there to say? We can keep all the lights on like this. I don't think we're going to get all the way to shore. We're just going to stop out here and then we'll just take a nap. So there we go. Alrighty, what can we do? We come down here. We're going to turn off our pitot heat, all of our lights, everything. You know what else I should have done? Carbs should have been cold for landing. That's okay. Flaps are up. Come down here and bring back everything so everything turns off. And then what we can do the anchor, the stool, which again I've never got to work. Oh, I can't do the ladder unless you open the door. So you gotta come back here. Whoop, open the door, and then you can come up here and do the anchor. Or the boarding ladder, sorry. Otherwise, let's see. No time on clock, flaps up, tax lights out, prop back brake, no parking brake because we're in the water. Oh yeah, these lights over here. Whoop, these lights can come off over here now. They start on, but we can turn them off. What else? Let's see. Ignition's off. Those are up here. If you go that way, there we go. Come on. Man, I have my presets. I can see everything, but then it's hard to get to stuff. I think we want more. Nope, we're off. Okay, good. Alrighty, battery and generator off. That's back here, remember. Generator off. Battery off. Open the door. Close everything up. And off. There we go. Alright, and we did the fishing stool. We did the boarding ladder and the doors. If you hop out here, there's our anchor right in front of us. And there's the ladder. Water's coming in. Again, I don't see a fishing stool. I've yet to understand what that is. The manual says you have to land in water. And I still don't know if the fishing stool is. Anything else we can say or do or play with here? I think we're good. Yeah, nothing else to say. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I can't believe I started the engines on fire. I did not start them on fire in my practice videos off camera or practice flights. So either I screwed with carb heat to avoid icing and I started them on fire, or I just had them operating in the red too long but I had them in the red on my practice flights, and I didn't start fire. So I don't know why I started on fire. It's just a bummer the fire extinguishers didn't work, because that would have been really cool if they did. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it had to be on the ground for the fire extinguishers to work. They're supposed to work in air, right? If there's a fire. If you have one engine on fire, you can kill it, extinguish it, and it should go out, right? Because, I mean, the whole thing is it won't pull out, see? It doesn't pull. It just doesn't do anything. So, anyway. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Deeper dive into the big Radials Grumman. Buy their aircraft. They're all awesome aircraft. Yeah, I'm trying to do an outro and I'm distracted by the fire. Anyway, beautiful Ashland, Wisconsin this time of year, I guess. And subscribe so you know when the next video comes out. Come up on 500 hours and hit the like button so the community knows we exist. And I'll see you next time.